Bochy out of Florida State University, Southern Californian, and of course works now in Northern California. Let's take a look at his starting lineup for the Giants tonight. Eugenio Velez, Andres Torres, Randy Wynn, the D-backs killer, Pablo Sandoval, fun to watch, Juan Uribe, John Bowker, a huge year in AAA, Travis Ishikawa, Eli Whiteside, and Jonathan Sanchez. Well, another big opportunity for a right-hander. New Jersey boy Kevin Mulvey pitched at Villanova. Was acquired recently in the trade that sent John Roush to the Minnesota Twins. His first two opportunities, Gracie, against the Colorado Rockies and the Milwaukee Brewers. Quite frankly, he struggled, but he gets another chance tonight.
Yeah, two very good offensive teams he went up against, did Kevin Mulvey. Tonight, well, this is a big start for him, Darren. He needs to show his bosses, you know what? That was a good trade you made. He came over for John Roush from the Minnesota Twins. You know what? You want to prove it's a good trade. So far, that hadn't happened.
The defense working behind him. It is Eric Burns, Chris Young, Justin Upton, Mark Reynolds with Augie Ojeda and Ryan Roberts in the middle. There's Rusty at first, Rusty Ryle. Kevin Mulvey works with Miguel Montero. 3 hits yesterday, including a double and a triple and a walk, and getting another opportunity against the left-hander. His skipper saying before the game that he earned the right today. Well, it's hard to argue with the logic that you get a younger hitter in Brandon Allen, might struggle against the lefty. Plus, there's kind of the reward factor at this point in the year. Reward a young man for what he did, and let's see if he can keep it rolling. Certainly in the picture for next year. Well, Mr. Allen had a nice day yesterday as well.
He did. He got double down the right field line, drove in a couple of runs. Slowly but surely, these kids starting to get it, but still a long way to go, Darren.
Eugenio Velez, a switch hitter to lead it off. 285 homers, 28 batted in. Bounced back and forth a couple of times since coming back on July 27th, hitting 295. Outfield shallow. Reynolds just about on the cut of the grass. Infield in a few steps all around. Well, with the first pitch from Kevin Mulvey, it's a strike. We're underway at Chase Field. Gracie and I thank you for inviting us into your home this evening.
Good to see Mulvey with a fastball for a strike. That's been missing in his arsenal in the first couple of starts. Is that correct, Darren?
Yeah, better. It couldn't have been better said. He really started early, leaning on his slider. Hitters were ready for it. It's tough to think that this could happen. Another fastball for a strike. It's tough to think that as a major league hitter, you dismiss a fastball, just ignore it, and that's what was happening.
Yeah, unless you're facing like a knuckleball,
right,
something like that. If you don't have something firm to keep hitters honest, boy, you're not going to last very long.
We'll throw a curveball. A slider is his number 2 pitch. A rare changeup. That is a curveball. On a backhand, Roberts fires in time for the out, getting the speedy Velez. Nice play, Ryan Roberts. And a curveball there.
Nice play to his right. Ryan Roberts knows he's got to get rid of it quickly because Velez runs so well. That's good to see some good defense out of the gate tonight.
Pitcher rewarded for firing strikes. First 3 pitches of the ball game for strikes. Here's Andres Torres, another switch hitter for these Giants, as that one runs out of the zone. 1-0 the count to Torres. 5 hits in his last 9 at bats. And in the month of September, getting a little bit more of a look from Bruce Bochy, hitting .345 this month, as that one is high. 2-0 the count. Mulvey's 24 years old. As we mentioned, he pitched at Villanova a couple of years ago. As Bruce Bochy sees what he's up against. The man on the mound was the New York Mets minor league pitcher of the year, as that one grabs the outside corner in 2007. Made 27 starts for a couple of minor league clubs for the Mets, AA and AAA. Was a 12-game winner with an ERA at about 3. The 2-1. Fly ball has Eric Burns. Ease into the line, and Burnsy puts it to bed. 2 outs. Now, so far, And it's just 2 outs, mind you. A much better start to the ball game. We're seeing more fastballs around the plate.
Fastballs for strikes. It's still the best pitch in the game, Darren. You ask any pitcher, you even ask any hitter, they'll tell you that by far the best pitch in the game is a located fastball on either the inside corner, the outside corner, and somewhere around the knees.
He knows that. Randy Wynn takes a pitch, I guess a bit low, 1-0 the count.
That's a good pitch. You're going to win a lot of games staying right there. What happened to Doug's hat?
I think the guys were, well, living in a prankster world and probably hit it somewhere. Good fastball again inside, because we know Dougie loves to wear his hat. I'm sure the guys went, maybe, I don't know, the bat rack. Maybe down in there. He'll find it.
All right. First guy to find Doug's hat wins the prize. Maybe some U2 tickets.
Ooh. The 1-1.
Look at that located fastball right there, and that just locked up Randy Wynn. Good pitch again from the youngster.
Now, Miguel Montero's been given his marching orders. Well, Stoudemire Jr. has made it clear we can't have what we had before. We can't be going to sliders 70% of the time by the second inning. And so Mulvey knows spotting his fastball mandatory, as that one is high. 2-2 the count. 92
miles an hour, Darren. That's plenty of fastball. That's more than enough to be successful. But now you have to believe in it. It's one thing to have a good fastball. It's another thing to think you have a good fastball.
You hit on something right there. You hit on what has been talked about as that slider misses in. That's the first slider of the ball game. He has thrown a curveball earlier. That's the first slider, a pitch again, that he had to throw a lot, especially in that outing against Colorado. Big broad-shouldered right-hander rocks and fires. Another off-speed pitch. Back to the screen it goes. Wynn hitless in his last 7 at-bats. A fine career, and simply put, below the radar is where he has lived his career. But a dependable guy, a good teammate. On 3-2. High fly ball has Chris Young tracking. Well shy of the warning track, he puts it away. Good start for Mr. Mulvey as he sits him down 1-2-3. The first time he's done that as a Diamondback. For these Diamondbacks, let's take a look at A.J. Hinch's starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Chris Young, Ryan Roberts, Justin Upton. The star of our show tonight, Miguel Montero. We've just decided that. Mark Reynolds now with 100 runs batted in. There's Rusty, Eric Burns, Augie Ojeda, and Kevin Mulvey 0 for 3 in the big leagues. Jonathan O. Sanchez. He's at a Mayaguez in Puerto Rico. Pitched collegiately, small college, Ohio Dominican University in Columbus, Ohio. 6-12 this year, but a no-hitter on his resume this year as well. And he's got a good arm.
He has a very talented left arm. Throws in the low to mid 90s. Sometimes can get wild. That's what gets him in trouble. He just puts a few too many free passes out there, and he subsequently falls behind 2-0. When he's throwing strikes, he is some kind of tough. As you said, he's got a no-hitter under his belt this year.
Well, and for Sanchez, he was a guy that was pitching in the bullpen, finally got a chance to maybe work out of the bullpen, earned the right to start again. Well, he earned the right by tossing that no-hitter, and found himself in a much better spot ever since he threw that on the 10th day of June against San Diego. Fastball is in. But he can walk some folks. And as you were talking about, hardly any hits allowed. 147 innings, 121 hits, but 81 walks in that time. There's a walk just off the plate to Chris Young. So Young, let's see if he might think about going. And I mention that because of this. Sanchez this year, 24 stolen bases against, just 4 thrown out for a left-handed pitcher.
It's rare that you would think he gets some pickoffs. You know, guys going on his first move. That just shows you he doesn't have a very good pickoff move, which is kind of inexcusable for a left-hander. If you're a left-hander at this level, you should have a decent pickoff move, shouldn't you?
Yes. Yes. Davis
it's easy to work
that. Fastball is in. Ryan Roberts, one of his 7 home runs this year, came back in late August in San Francisco.
If I'm not mistaken, that led off the ball game, didn't it?
Yes, it did. He was batting leadoff. Got 7 overall. Hits .321 against left-handed pitching. And Young. Now it's time for Chris to go ahead and take off.
Are you giving him the steal sign?
I just did.
See, I don't like the steal sign when a guy's wild.
Bouncing ball, it's a foul ball, meaning
a leadoff walk, and then the first pitch was a ball
right
to Ryan Roberts. That was a ball there. That would have been 2-0. So until a guy's proving that he can throw the ball over the plate, man, I'll just let him go ahead and walk guys.
I like that.
Instead of being risky.
Educating all of us with that idea.
But it's 1-1 now. He's gone.
Right down the middle. Young stays put.
Chris, you've officially got the steal sign. Darren and I gave it to you.
I think Mr. Young, Mr. Upton, Stephen Drew when he's in there, Mark Reynolds, they have the green light anytime they want to go. That one in the dirt. What a job blocking that one up by Whiteside, Eli Whiteside. Benji Molina gets the night off.
Beautiful block. Almost an impossible block. Somehow he was able to corral that beautifully and keep Chris Young at first base.
Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Roberts. In his last 4 games, a 4-game hitting streak, 6 for 12 with a home run. And also 3 walks. Collision with Esmerling Vasquez a couple of nights ago. Tweaked his ankle, actually the bone on the outside part of the foot. Vasquez took him out pretty good, so did not play in yesterday's ball game. Did not like not playing in yesterday's ball game and is glad to be back out there. He said, I learned a big lesson. I I need to know that it needs to be sewn back on to let them know that I'm not feeling just so.
Absolutely. If you come out of the game, you're probably going to be out of tomorrow's game as well.
Full count. Let's see the runner now. Well, this is what you're talking about. That's exactly why you said it. Look how easy it is to steal second for Chris Young. He's just able to jog and walk right to second base.
Yeah, if he's just going to walk guys, go ahead and let him walk guys.
We were talking about Monday, Roberts, beginning of an unraveling in the inning. That left foot sitting at home. Run your hand down the outside of your leg and the bone that is on the outside of your ankle. You got a real solid bang in that area, and some of the tendons that wrap around there connect to your foot.
He'll be just fine.
Well, that's what he said. He said I shouldn't have come out of the game. He said I learned my lesson. Justin Upton takes a strike. He actually is exactly on the same page with you.
That's one thing, yeah, and that's a valuable lesson. If you can play, you should probably play.
0-1 the count to Justin Upton. 25 home runs, 82 runs batted in.
Justin didn't like that call from home plate umpire Marty Foster. He's in an 0-2 hole.
Justin in his last 6 games has 10 hits, 3 doubles, a triple, a homer, hitting .417. What an incredible season he is having. Just turned 22 last month. He went around there on a hard slider.
Well, Chris Young got it. Well, a poor jump there. That's a ball he could have easily gotten to third base. He just didn't read it. Ryan Roberts almost ran him off second base.
Roberts was ready, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was a tough at-bat there for Justin Upton. This ball almost lands in front of the plate, yet he still swings at it for strike 3. So that's a forgettable one for Justin.
So now Miguel Montero. Miggy gets the start. Miggy hitting .319 against lefties while batting .294 against righties. 0-1 the count. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts against Jonathan Sanchez. Broke his bat. Out front, getting the lead runner. And so Montero reaches. Ishikawa easily erasing Ryan Roberts. Runners on first and third with 2 outs. Let's take a look at the defense for the San Francisco Giants here. Ishikawa's a fine first baseman, isn't he?
He's a terrific defensive first baseman. He's a line drive hitter, Darren, which I love. But they want him to hit for a little more power. I was talking to him before the game yesterday, and they basically let Big Travis know that they'd like to see a few more balls go over the boards. Well, that's easy for them to say. It's very difficult to hit home runs if you're a left-handed hitter up there at AT&T Park in San Francisco. There's only one left-handed hitter that can consistently hit the ball out of that deep ballpark, and that was Barry Bonds.
0-1 the count. Mark Reynolds, 100 runs batted in, reached that mark, the first Diamondback to get there since 2003.
Well, he just got a fastball blown right by him. Gonna have to turn it up a notch there, Mr. Reynolds.
Mark 3 for 16 against Sanchez with the homer. Jonathan struck him out 10 times. Got him up and away with a strikeout. So a couple of base runners reached to start at the Diamondbacks come up empty. right along. Scoreless ball game. What frustrating offensive inning there for the Diamondbacks. A wild pitcher to start the inning. And of course, Kung Fu Panda to lead it off. And well,
he's got a following.
He's got a huge following. I really like that. Bring the Panda head to the ball game.
Well, I like it. I just feel sorry for that beautiful panda that they made that hat out of.
Well, as Pablo goes through the dance, the tap dance, and of course, starred in the movie Breakin' back in the 80s. I will remind you of this, Gracie. I don't think that that's a real panda.
Oh, no pandas were harmed to make those hats?
No.
They're
synthetic.
Well, they're rare. Those Chinese panda bears.
Yeah, it's just probably made
that
out
makes me. Oh, that hurts.
No,
to look at.
That's probably polyester.
Oh, good. That makes me happy.
Starts him off with a good-looking curveball, follows it up with a fastball. 0-2 the count. .22 homers, 83 RBIs, has hit just about every day he's been in the big leagues. Remember, started last season in Single A. Fastball wide, 1-2 the count. Struck out 80 times. He's walked 44 times. The 1-2. Fastball is high, 2-2 the count. Make your way through that locker room. You'll hear him chirping. Find him in a corner somewhere.
Mostly in Spanish.
Yes. Pitch is high, 3-2 the count. Disgusted that he has seen the count run that far. Young man out of Carabobo in Venezuela. Started playing baseball at 5 years old, and he's been hitting ever since. The 3-2. Outside, there's a walk. 45 times he has walked this year, which means that's officially tough to do.
Well, especially when you get him 0-2. And then, like a lot of young pitchers and even some veteran pitchers, you start trying to strike him out rather than just get him out. Here, let's see if he'll chase this one off the plate. No? Well, maybe this one. No, next thing you know, it's 2-2. And you don't want to make a mistake, so you miss with ball 3, and then you end up walking it. You hate to see that leading off an inning.
Fastball. That one runs in. Montero going to go out and talk with him. Now we're
crossed up.
We're experiencing, too, with regard to command, a little bit of what we saw earlier in his outings. Fastball command, and there's nothing worse than looking for an off-speed pitch and getting a fastball. Mulvey in AAA Rochester this year saw right-handers, well, that he could handle. They hit just .246 against him. Lefties in AAA now hit .301. So lefties a little bit more of his undoing. Fights that one off, does Uribe. And so they count 1 ball and 1 strikes. Juan having a huge final month of the season. 19 games he has played. He has 26 hits in those 19 games, hitting .347. And how about 5 homers as well? Line drive, that one stalled it toward the gap. Burns, Young trying to knock it down. Oh, they can't, and it's kicked a bit, so Sandoval hustles on around. He will score, and the Giants lead it. The walk comes all the way around. Uribe continues an incredible month of September, and it's 1-0.
It's smoked into left center, and then Chris Young goes World Cup on us there. Kicks it off the left center wall, and that allows Sandoval to easily score. gave Chris Young an error. I guess they decided that Sandoval would not have scored had he not kicked it into the left center wall. So Chris Young will get an error.
Curveball and a dandy drops in there. 0-2 the count to John Bowker. Well, and that's what we're talking about right there. That, again, that's not a real panda we just saw there. That's a panda in lights. Just wanted to make sure. The 0-2. Got a piece of it, a slider hanging on to it, Miguel Montero. So Bowker goes down on strikes. Catching some air in there.
Sean Dunston was telling me that Sandoval's the only guy he's ever seen that started the season at a certain weight and finished the season 15 pounds heavier. Yeah.
Well, Sean didn't spend a few years back with me in the big leagues, obviously. That's easy for a broadcaster to do, but not a player.
No.
That's interesting.
I mean, it would drip off of you.
Well, good for him. A lot of good food in the big leagues.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the big league meal money now.
1-1 the count. Travis Ishikawa. I have some thoughts on your good friend Mr. Dunston here in a bit that I'll share with you. A follow up from last night's story if you joined us. A little investigating. The 1-1. Bouncing ball. It's a foul ball. Ended up speaking a little bit more with Matt Cain, letting Matt know that he had my full support next spring when he decides to race foul line to foul line Sean Dunston.
Okay.
And I told Matt, I have your back, my friend. He actually had heard back that there was a text poll. Some friends were watching out here. And a couple of members of the Giants who will remain nameless are in total support of supporting Matt Cain.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And they say,
I got my old buddy's back.
I understand that. A direct quote from out of that Giants locker room. We love Sean. This is a direct quote, but he will blow out before center field.
Well, there's always that possibility.
The 2-2. Ground ball. Boy, they haven't played perfect. Really playing him to pull that line drive hitter. The other part of it is you make your pitches when that occurs, and Mulvey did.
So it's kind of going to be the tortoise and the hare type of thing. Just smooth strides all the way and let the rabbit get out ahead, and he'll just blow out.
I think so. I think that's the thought process. Sean Dunston, of course, a coach on this staff.
I've got Sean's back. I'm hoping to see it. I want to be invited to that.
Well, it'll be right down the street from all of us next spring. We'll make sure we're there.
Well, that didn't take long.
Nope. So Whiteside now, and they will pitch to Jonathan Sanchez, who is 2 for 37.
Jonathan Sanchez.
Gracie and I will have a conversation when we're in San Francisco. Again, we were revisiting 36929.
Look at him. He's meditating, getting himself ready for the big race. Attaboy, Sean. Man, looks like he just had a bad tuna fish sandwich.
Pitches outside, 1-0 the count. Talking with our good friend Rich Aurelia there.
Just woke up from a nap. Is that bedhead he's got working there? Talking with Rich Aurelia, another veteran, Valley resident.
2-0 the count.
Rich Aurelia's children go to school with my children.
They're going to visit. They're going to talk after going 2-0. Hey, don't forget, by the way, Tom Palmer, you're tonight's 30-30 prize winner.
What does he win?
For renewing his season tickets for 2010, he wins dinner and a hotel package. Renew yours now for a chance to win great prizes. The 2011 All-Star Game tickets are still out there. Go to dbacks.com/STH. Dinner at Shula's Steakhouse. There's a new one opening up here in the Valley.
Do you know where it's going to be?
It's going to be at the brand new Wild Horse Pass Hotel at Shula's Steakhouse.
It's a good steak.
Good friends with Gila River Casino, so we'll see you at Shula's. Tracy, if we go there together, I'll let you buy me a steak.
Oh, I'll bet you will.
They do have some good stuff, don't they? 3-0 the count to Jonathan Sanchez. 1-0, the Giants lead it. Ball 4. He hit Whiteside and walks Sanchez. There was also a walk to send the ball in this inning.
Yeah, these are just mistakes you cannot make at the major league level.
Second baseman,
hitting a 200 hitter and Whiteside rarely plays. Okay, you make the mistake of hitting him. Now you got a pitcher that, well, is hitting a rock solid 054 coming into the game, and you walk him off 4 pitches. That's not going to play anywhere. So Kevin Mulvey now really making things difficult for him. He's got a tough hitter here in Velez that he's got to deal with now with the bases loaded.
Loading that back leg. First pitch, curveball in. Didn't miss by much. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, but when you're missing like that, you're not going to get those calls.
You're exactly right.
There's a really good breaking ball there. 1-0.
One and one the count, and you can see Velez with the bases loaded has cashed in a lot in his career. The 1-1. Ouch, got that one off his foot. 1-2 the count. Harlan, New Jersey is where Kevin John Mulvey was born in 1985. Matter of fact, May 26th, his family huge New York Mets fans. Matter of fact, on the night that Carol went into labor, Mrs. Mulvey, her and her husband were sitting around watching the Mets take on the Dodgers on TV. And Dwight Gooden lost that night. That didn't happen very often in 1985. Greg Brock hit a 3-run homer. He didn't lose much anymore, and then Kevin was born the next day. Just fought off a slider.
So the point of that story is? Well,
you got a big league pitcher that was born, the family idolizing baseball, idolizing Gooden. Now, little did they know that as they raced off and left their team on TV behind, that their son someday would be pitching in the big leagues.
I thought you were going to say like his named him Dwight Gooden Mulvey or something.
No, Fernando beat him that night. And they didn't name him Fernando either. That one is rolled foul. Gooden won the Cy Young that year. He was pretty good that year. He went 18-1 after Kevin was born. 1-2 the count. Having to throw a basket full of pitches. That's the other problem with an inning like this one. He is at 41. The 1-2. There it is. Velez 15 walks, so even tougher to put on with the free pass. Rabbit ear right for good luck. Breaking ball is down. 2-2 the count. Two and two. All right.
Moving right along, aren't we?
We're going to get it going right here. Mr. Mulvey's going to fire a strike. The defense, they're not quite on their heels just yet. Going to get a play. The D-backs will get back in the dugout. The 2-2 pitch from Kevin Mulvey. Bouncing ball.
Oh, boy, Darren. Good call, Darren.
Get on back in the dugout, Kev.
That's how you do it.
Dwight Gooden was born the night before.
Show with Mark Grace, the Geico quote of the game, none other than Mark Reynolds. His comments after the game last night in our post-game show asked about A, his 100th run batted in, and setting the strikeout record.
Yeah, it's a big milestone. It was one of my goals at the beginning of the season, and I finally reached it, and it's kind of like the monkey off my back, and I'm just gonna go play and have fun.
That took your mind off the strikeout that you set today.
So what?
I mean, it doesn't not as bad as last year.
So what?
2 words. I think that spoke volumes about how he felt about that. I asked Mark later about the comments that A.J. Hinch made after the game as well. Just making the point, Darren, for the season that he's had, around 270, over 40 home runs, 100 RBIs, over 20 stolen bases.
Going to score over 100 runs.
Yep. So what? And I didn't feel the need to sit there and pepper him with any more questions than that.
Defense has improved tenfold.
Absolutely. He's not letting the error get to him at the plate or the strikeout get to him in the field.
Very well said.
So what?
Yeah. He's had a fabulous year.
And you know what? I mean, a lot's been made of what he said in Colorado that night about what was going on with the team. But the bottom line is, when you go in that clubhouse and you need to talk to somebody, 9 times out of 10, Mark Reynolds is there. So when Mark Reynolds says, so what? That's it. Enough said. We move on. That's how I felt about it last night.
Well, he's one of the guys that's accountable on this ball club. Can't get enough of that. As a manager, as a broadcaster, we can go down and talk to him. We can ask him the tough questions, and he'll look you in the eye and he'll give you a straight answer.
I took a look in my stat sheet here. Major League Baseball puts out a stat sheet. And for the life of me, I can't find a column that says 6-3 on it. Or a column that says 4-3.
Yeah.
Or F8. Those
true.
are all outs.
They're all out.
I can't find it. I'll keep looking.
Well, it's like, for instance, that's one of the Triple Crown stats for pitchers. Why?
Yes.
Why is it? Randy Johnson got a boatload of Cy Youngs because he always led the league in strikeouts. Well, he was also But yeah, I just didn't really get it. What's wrong with on the second pitch of the at bat getting a ground ball to the second baseman?
Like Greg Maddux?
Yeah.
Still checking here. No 3 unassisted.
No F8s.
No F9s. Unfortunately, Eric Burns, he's seen a lot of F3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s this year.
A lot of pop-ups this year.
I don't see a line for that. We've evolved statistically in covering this game, but perhaps we're not all the way there. That one has popped up.
Well, I hated striking out.
Absolutely.
I hated it. I always felt like if you put the ball in play, you give yourself a chance. But that kid is 50 times more talented than I ever was. Popped up on the infield.
I look at my stat sheet and I don't see any listing for it.
There's got to be.
I'm looking. Hang on. No, there's no F4. Jimmy Rollins has made 496 outs this year. Miguel Tejada 450. Ryan Zimmerman 436. Ryan Howard 436 as well. Carlos Lee has made 426 outs this year. Mark Reynolds has made 416. Still looking for that F4 in the stat sheet. I'll check during the break.
Okay.
1-0 the count. That pitch is low. Come on out of the ice age, folks. 2-0 the count to Augie Ojeda. Yeah, what you're saying is totally valid. And hitters like yourself.
But I couldn't hit 43 home runs.
Everybody's different. I mean, there are different styles and types of hitters. You were an elite hitter for average. You were constantly living above 300. Augie Ojeda with a base hit. You hit doubles like it was nobody's business. One of the great double hitters. Most certainly of an entire decade, you were the greatest doubles hitter.
Pitcher number 57, Kevin Mulvey.
Oh, shucks. But, you know, it's not fair to compare. It's not fair to me to compare me to Mark Reynolds, and it's not fair to Mark Reynolds to compare him to me. We're very different.
Yet, in a roundabout way, that's what's happening to him under the microscope. He's being compared to guys that don't strike out a lot.
Yeah, and that's not fair. That's not fair at all. You know, this kid is much more of a complete hitter, offensive player. You know, that's drilled, and it's going to be caught for the final out. But we'll talk about it more. But he's being compared to Dave Kingman, and that's not right.
Right.
Rob Beard, that's not right. Much more of a complete offensive player than most guys.
Here it is, F4 on the stat sheet. Baseball brought to you by Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Back at Chase Field. Oh, look at that. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Got the gear on and now speechless.
It's fabulous.
That is great. I want to be a catcher just like Miguel Montero. The world needs more catchers. I'm telling you, you youngsters out there.
Just get ready to be a human bruise.
Bunted, Torres, Reynolds firing in time for the out. A fabulous play by Mark Reynolds.
He might be hurt. Hang in there, kid. He might have landed on his noggin. I think he's a little. Towards a very firm bunt, the bare hand play. The perfect strike across the diamond to get him by a step. Made that play look easy. You think Dave Kingman made that play?
No, I don't think Dave Kingman would have made that play. He did bang the back of his head.
He banged the back of his head. He's getting looked at right now. He's still kind of clearing the fog. Kind of give a Getting some texts from another great Diamondback third baseman. That's Matt Williams. And he's talking about strikeouts. Mickey Mantle. This is straight from Matt Williams. Mickey Mantle, Hall of Famer. One of the greatest players of all time. 7 years worth of strikeouts over his career. Over the course of his career, 7 years worth of his outs were strikeouts.
Really?
Mickey Mantle, one of the most beloved players of all time. Struck out a lot.
Reggie Jackson struck out all the time.
Matt Williams also talking about Mark Reynolds' thumbs.
Excuse me?
He's saying that his thumbs aren't very big.
Okay.
And this is all baloney aside, as that was tapped at first baseman. 2 up, 2 down.
I'm listening.
Well, I mean, I'm going to show you the text, Darren Sutton.
Okay, let's see. I'm looking on Gracie's Me phone.
He's saying maybe that's why he's got big power, because his thumbs are small. His thumbs look all right to me. Show me your thumbs, Mark. Let's get a shot from him. Boom.
I can't believe Matt Williams is doing this to us. Swung right through it.
This is no baloney. He's saying his thumbs are small. Maybe that's why he hits it so far.
Well, they say that people with small thumbs are governed by their hearts.
Really? I never really heard that.
Over the outside.
So maybe he's saying he's got the great power. Maybe he strikes out a lot because he has small thumbs.
Well,
short thumbs.
They also appreciate the world more from a rapid cursory survey than upon reflection. 1-2 the count.
What are you and Matt Williams smoking tonight?
The other thing about folks with smaller thumbs, they're more at home in an atmosphere of sentiments than one of ideas. The 1-2.
It's a little disturbing as that one's popped up back here. Now get out of play. All right, we're gonna put this to rest. Let's see if are those small thumbs.
I don't.
Short thumbs.
I don't think so. I don't know though.
According to Matt Williams, they are. I think his thumbs are just fine.
One and two the count. Out front, a changeup. Mark hang with it.
Those old thumbs making the play. But we won't go there anymore, Mark. That's your old buddy Matt Williams.
He's governed by his heart. Cam reminding you, install solar panels on the roof of your home this winter. Take advantage of the sunlight. Heat that pool as well. There they are. Our Right Now Power Sports Pool Cam. Giants Dodgers, our underwater camera, and the good folks enjoying the ball game out there tonight. Chris Young to lead things off. Wrecking ball slides that one right in there. 0-1 the count to Chris. Walked back in the first inning. Roberts walked right behind him, but then the Diamondbacks came up empty. Young drives center field. Sends Andres Torres going back. He's got room up and under the balcony. Pablo Sandoval popped the ball up last half inning, and our fan walking down the red shirt, they're checking on her right now, and we hope she's all right. You want to see if the ball players care about their fans? Miguel Montero, and good to see that she's feeling better. One and 0 the count. Bouncing ball, base hit left field. Roberts with a single. That's a classic shot of Montero. Ah, yikes. Here's Justin Upton. That's totally and completely how you would expect not every ball player to react, but him. He was down below before the ball game. Season ticket holders were having a rare opportunity to get autographs, kind of a meet and greet, one-on-one situation. Mickey smiling, in-depth conversations with folks.
He was great,
game.
wasn't he?
He was awesome. That one bounces in there to Justin Upton. Looks like that hurt Gracie, by the way.
Going out on a limb.
Watch this reaction. One and 0 the count. Wow, a strike Justin thought it was at the bottom part of the strike zone. I want to thank all our folks on D-Backs booth on Twitter for thinking about thumbs. You know, your thoughts about thumbs. Make sure to sign up. The 1-1.
Might have a new nickname there.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. I think Matt, sitting at home, usually the butt of the joke of the trivia question answer, because he usually misses it, decided, watch what I'm about to do. I'm going to make something up and see if they bite.
We bet.
He is laughing right now.
I think he probably is.
He's sitting at home right now. He always usually gets out. He stops by Taco Bell on his way before the game starts. He always buys one of the boxes of a dozen tacos, spreads them out on his TV tray, and enjoys the game.
A dozen, huh? Wow.
Upton goes down on strikes for the second time.
Tough night for Justin. A couple of strikeouts. He's not pleased. Angel Campos at first base. That was close.
Pops that one foul. Oh, and 1 to count. Reached on a fielder's choice. Got a broken bat back in the first inning.
Huge jump. What a foul ball.
Oh, and 2. See if Miguel can hang around. 1-0, the Giants lead it. Did he hold up? He did. Wally Bell out there. He didn't go around. Sanchez, one of those guys I would think for a left-handed hitter.
Wouldn't be much fun.
Especially because of the wildness, the intermittent wildness. You're not quite sure where it might be going. Miss with a pitch or two and then place one on the outside black. Now he was tough against a right-handed hitter there on a couple of occasions. It's that slider that Justin just hasn't seen. And Justin has been crushing lefties since the break. Another huge jump. Into the catcher's mitt it goes. Miguel comes up empty, but putting heart and soul into everything he does, including caring for our fans. love this trivia question. It's a good one. It's a tough one. Brought to you by Aflac, the only 3 third basemen to have 43 or more homers and 24 or more stolen bases in a season in the history of baseball.
43 and 24. It's a hard one.
Third baseman that can run a little bit.
Yeah, but still hitting long balls.
I'm going to go with Chipper Jones.
Very good. I wouldn't have guessed Chipper.
The 2-0. Lucky ahead, it fields that one at his belt and shoots it on across in time for the out. There's one of them. Chipper's one of them.
You think Matt Williams is going to text himself?
Well, I still think he's on about taco number 7 giggling.
Well,
because
yeah,
of the thumbs.
The thumbs thing.
I think he couldn't have been more so pulling our legs, or better said, thumbs.
Very well said. I liked his text about Mickey Mantle. That was very solid.
You know what happens when you, what did the kids call that TV show? You get punked.
Punked? You think that's what happened with us?
I'm just looking for some
Matt Williams
cameras.
punked
If there's
us?
any hidden cameras. Oh wait, there's cameras everywhere. Oh, we're actually on TV.
We are?
A little bit of hope, and I mean a little bit. The Rockies are struggling tonight. Bouncing ball, and it's a foul ball when you talk about that wild card. San Fran 5 back. Atlanta with a win, 4.5 back. Speaking of Chipper Jones,
Braves are still roaring.
How about Bobby Cox? On for one more year, and that's it.
You said that's it, huh?
Taking it to the farm.
Well, he'll just take his ticket to Cooperstown with him.
Chipper Jones is hinting he might go with him. So
Chipper not happy with his year. He's got 2 more years left on his contract.
he is very disappointed in the struggles that he has undergone, the injuries. He's had to battle injuries for about the last half decade.
All 4.
First baseman Travis Ishikawa.
So now Travis Ishikawa after the walk to Bowker. 62 pitches. We'll just make sure that next year you tune in as that one is lifted toward the gap. Chris Young is there. He runs it down. Have a guess on our trivia question.
Who's the other one? Ken Caminiti, I'm going to say.
Good guess. Wrong answer, but a good guess. That's
Darn
a
it.
very good guess. Well, our good friend, and he's a follower on D-Backs booth by the name of Stan Koplowitz. He wants to guess Ken Boyer. Well,
Good try. It really wasn't. Let's
0-1 the
see.
count.
What about A-Rod?
Popped up. A-Rod.
A-Rod! Yes!
Really? Since he's moved over to third, he's done that? Huh.
There's one more.
Francisco on top of Arizona. Well, we left the most important answer to Diamondbacks fans off, no doubt about it. Gracie hopping in there with Alex, Chipper Jones in 1999, and now Mark Reynolds. And so what? That's exactly right.
I'll tell you what, we got some knowledgeable fans.
Keep hacking, Sheriff. We love you. That's great.
I like it. I'm all in.
Slider, and it's a strike. 0-1 the count. One and one the count. Reynolds quieter in September. In his 19 games, has 13 hits, hitting 188 this month. 29 doubles, 74 walks as well to go along with the extra numbers.
I love the 74 walks too. Darren, looking forward to next year. Mark Reynolds is going to have. Oh, that's a base hit. Mark Reynolds is going to have that dastardly word attached to him, and that is expectations.
Yes.
What are your expectations for him next year?
A lot of the same. I don't know.
I think he can do more.
Well, he thinks he can do more.
And I think this kid works hard. And even though the strikeouts have remained, this kid, I've seen him adjust at bat to at bat. He had a home run in the first game here off of Barry Zito, former Cy Young Award winner. Talked to him about it. He said, well, in at-bats past against him, he started me hard in with a fastball. So I looked for it, got to hit it out of here. He's making those adjustments. He's remembering how other pitchers have had success as Rusty swings through a couple of fastballs from Sanchez. So he's making the proper adjustments to stay at an elite level. He's going to continue to do it because he cares.
There's no doubt that he cares. And it's been evident since he got here. The 0-2. Just missed off the outside part of the plate. 1-2 the count. One to nothing the score. The Giants lead the Diamondbacks. Perception, an interesting thing with regard to the talented, athletic, slugging third baseman. It's hard to explain, as that one is fouled back. It's polarizing of a young baseball player speaking only of his play, not anything off the field, as there is. Because of the spikes in all sorts of offensive categories. 1-2 the count. One of them is stolen bases. He's got 24. That's why he draws a couple of throws from Sanchez. We told you now Sanchez, despite being a lefty, you can run wild on him. We saw Roberts earlier get a couple of huge jumps on balls that were fouled back. Very average move. 1-0 the score. The Giants lead it. Both teams have already stranded 4. Got him with an off-speed pitch. Perception, interesting with Mark Reynolds. For his skipper, A.J. Hinch, what frustrates him the most about some of the perceptions of Mark Reynolds?
The lack of attention to the other parts of his game. I mean, he's been a very good base runner. He's been a very good defender. He's made his fair share of errors, but he's improved his grittiness. His production in non-home run at bats has improved. And he's becoming an all-around player. You know, I think he has never been given one thing in his life. He wasn't the best player on his college team. You know, that goes to Ryan Zimmerman. He wasn't a high draft pick given 6-figure signing bonus or 7-figure signing bonus. So he's got an edge to him that that speaks volumes to the fact that he appreciates kind of his opportunity and where he's at.
Skipper A.J. Hinch. And I think very well said. The lack of attention to the other areas of his game. Please don't stop at one number.
Exactly.
Get beyond it. Base hit, right field. Eric Burns, he's high stepping it into first. So Burnsy, who was 0 for 7 on this homestand. To finish the thought on the Aflac trivia question, the 43 plus and the 24 plus, only 11 have done it all time. Any position in the history of the game. You just saw the guys who have.
Isn't that amazing?
That's it.
That's the kind of elite company he's in this year. And yet, still some of the locals just want to ask him about the strikeouts. And I liked it. He got a little ticked off. So what? Next question. So what? I'm looking forward to him scoring that 100th run.
And he's getting closer as he stands out there. What's he at, 93?
Yes. I believe so.
0-1 the count. 93 runs scored. Oh, and 1 the count for Augie.
Nice breaking ball to go to 0-2. Goodness.
Hey, Gracie.
Yes.
The Augie bobblehead has been spotted at Chase. If you picked up an Augie bobblehead voucher on September 12th, you can redeem it this weekend in the picnic pavilion. Visit dbags.com/where'saugie. It's arrived, and I have a dozen vouchers.
Where'd you get those?
I know friends.
I'm glad you got one for me. Thank you.
Popped up. Well, we're relying on Kevin Mulvey. There's no doubt about it for many things, and we just know he's going to do it. It is our Gila River Casinos Hit It and Win promotion. If Kevin Mulvey or any of his teammates hit a homer, hit the sign, we're talking about $770,000. Sarah Coffenauer is from Peoria. She is our contestant. Visit wingilariver.com or dbags.com/hit-and-win. $770,000.
It's time. It's time. Here it is. Well, maybe he can find a way to get on base and get Chris Young up there. He might be able to do it.
I think that Mulvey's doing it.
All right. Kind of like Doug Davis did last night. You had that call.
Now, the one thing I've tried to tell you about color analysts, you need to have short memories, please.
You always have said that. You're right.
The 1-0. Good color guys and closers, they share in common very short memory. Well, we did give a ball a ride back in the second inning. It almost went to the track.
Not a bad swing there.
I was going to say, he stands in there and he looks a little bit hitterish. You know, he got some at bats at Villanova. Digging in, Big East baseball. The 1-2.
Well, that wasn't so good.
Not as hitterish at all. Sarah, we're so sorry.
show of the year on Friday night, Miller Lite Diamondbacks live here on Chase Field. And I do want to just promo that show. Mark Rice and I have been talking quite a bit about what we want to do. And what I don't want to do is drag the past out into the light. But I think we have to ask collectively, Mark, is it getting better, or do you feel the same about this Arizona Diamondback team? We will look ahead, obviously, but I think we have to take some time to digest what went wrong for the Arizona Diamondbacks this year, and we will dedicate a good portion of the show to that. And that's Friday night here at Chase Field, Miller Lite, Diamondbacks live. I guess I have to ask, did I ask too much? More than a lot, but we'll see, of course, then. And Mark, I look forward to hearing your opinions.
I'm gonna give you my opinions out, all right. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think any more needs to be said. You will
you're
opine.
Right.
You will opine, and we all enjoy when you opine.
If I knew what that meant. Looking forward to getting those tickets.
2-1 the count.
The one thing that I want to make sure that we don't do, though, Mark, and
yes.
I know that you'll do this with me, is that I don't want to make it easier on us because we feel we've got someone to blame. And blame is not the word that I want to incorporate on the show. I want to break it down logically and look at what happened really from the start of spring training and maybe even before.
I like it.
When the team was put together. I think there's a lot of issues that we need to digest in a short period of time that night.
I'm looking forward to it as well, Todd. It's going to be, well, it promises to be big league.
We aim to please.
I'll be watching. 1 out. Where are you, by the way, Todd?
I'm in the press box.
Oh, okay. I was looking for Todd. Usually a lot of times he'll start talking and he's sitting right next to us.
Right next to you. Whoa, hey.
I was just curious where he was.
I'm in front of Mark McClune, who's hosting the postgame show.
Todd can be like the butler in Mr. Deeds. Did you ever see that movie?
I did. I loved Mr. Deeds. Very, very good movie. Adam Sandler, right?
Yes.
Breaking ball, 0-1 the count. Any word over there on Steve Gilbert? Is he okay?
I think he's tweeting right now.
The fine writer on MLB.com.
Is it to Walsh Todd?
Could be. Should be.
The 0-1. That one is high and inside. Steve does such a great job on DBacks.com and MLB.com. Last night had a really great opportunity to catch a foul ball and botched it badly, and has been featured on all the highlights on the World Wide Web on MLB.com because of that.
You know what he just said to me just moments ago before you were discussing that?
What's that?
About that, he said, guys, you know, love is a temple, love is a higher law, and I just won't go there. Respect him for that.
That's true, and we love him.
The 1-2. That one is fouled off.
You know, that's because we have to carry each other.
Carry each other.
That's right.
But always remember that at some point it could be a highway to the danger zone.
Don't ever do that again.
Oh my God. Oh.
The 1-2. Inside. That one is fouled off.
Oh, that hurt.
I was doing so good too.
You were on it, and
hey, Danny's going to take care of me too, boys. Don't be my good friends with Live Nation. Notice I said my good friends.
This just reminds me that we're just not the same, guys.
The 1-2. That one is away.
we're one. You know, talking about Steve Gilbert and that play that he didn't make last night. He came in. Of course, he always comes in and says hello before the ball game. Steve Gilbert, we like to say hello, and sporting a nasty carpet burn from diving on the ground, getting out of the way of that foul ball.
Little topper. Mulvey is off the mound. No carpet burn there. Everything is okay. He didn't have to dive at all for that one on the grass. Hey, by the way, the WNBA Western Conference Finals Phoenix Mercury taking on Candace Parker. Lisa Leslie and the LA Sparks, best 2 out of 3. Games 2 and 3 will be in Phoenix. If you show your D-Bags ticket from any game this week, you get a lower bowl ticket for just $5. Now that is a good thing. Oh, and 1 the count to Andres Torres. 0-2 the count, and Mr. Mulvey very quietly
doing it.
Very much so.
Yes.
Chase settling right in here at Chase Field.
I've been telling you about Kevin Mulvey the whole time.
That's enough out of you. His third 1-2-3 inning in the ball game. And what a night it was. An incredible night in San Francisco, California. This talented young left-hander with a no-hitter for the San Francisco Giants. Our Quest high-speed internet, high-speed pitch. He has gotten up above his season average. Kevin Mulvey, and that speaks to the wildness with his fastball, the ineffectiveness. Look how high above his average he hangs. Chris Young pops it up. Long run still coming. Closing very nicely and making the play is Randy Wynn, the pride of Santa Clara.
Second baseman Ryan Roberts.
And so now Ryan Roberts. Roberts on a couple of occasions came out and spent some time with the local youth of the community this week. Field trip days here at the ballpark. A really nice job on the personal side, biographical side if you will, sharing about his education. 4 years in college, and you know how it goes, Grace. You play 4 years in college as far as being a prospect and upping your opportunities. As he pops that one up, he is erased. You keep thinking about baseball, but in your 4th year you start thinking about, I might need to finish that degree.
Baseball.
Absolutely. And he switched over his major to pre-med, and he was on his way to
smart kid
becoming a pediatrician, and then baseball grabbed him up. But at the University of Texas Arlington, his education was very important to him. It was interesting, and as you can imagine, Roberts with the goatee and the tattoos and the intelligent way he spoke to those youngsters. He was more than interesting to listen to. Did a great job. Kudos to him for coming out this morning. And on Monday morning as well. 1-0 the count to Justin Upton. Justin needs some feel good here against Jonathan Sanchez.
He hadn't had any. He's been wrapped up a couple of times with strikeouts. Easy to see why. Good breaking ball. Sanchez, after the first 2 batters, just scattered 4 hits. He leads 1-0. Giants only have 1 hit, Darren.
Not interested that time in the slider. Upton coming in 6 for 15 against Sanchez. That's a 400 clip, 5 walks, and 2 homers.
Fastball right down Broadway and right past him.
Oh my, last September. Boy, is that a thing of beauty, isn't it? The 2-2. Outside, got him, strike 3. Another slider. He's gotten him 3 times tonight. He has taken a beating, though. A young Benji Molina remembered when he had the opportunity the first time. What advice would he have for Miguel?
I think a lot of times you got to pace yourself. It doesn't mean pace yourself playing the game. Not at all. It's what you do before the game and what you do after the game. Things like that. A lot of times before the game he might do a bike, or a lot of times he lift weights. A lot of times he go extra hitting. Well, you got to cut down on that. You know, once the season hits halftime, I think you got to cut down on all those things. And then after the game, you got to take care better of yourself, because you got to put more ice in your legs or go into a cold tub so your body refresh.
It's a new world, and Benji Molina experienced that in 2000. And watching Miguel go through it, the reason I cornered Benji, 2000 was the first year I was a full-time announcer in the major leagues. That was the first year Benji caught more than 100 games, and I remember watching him at about game number 90 start to hit the wall and start to find himself physically and mentally tired.
Lifting all those weights and all that that song and dance. Backhanded nicely by Waters.
Very nice.
After games, lifting weights. Yeah.
Third baseman Pablo Sandoval.
Oh, we always found an establishment.
A weight establishment? Weight shakes?
Well, no. It was different. Oh, gosh, there's those poor pandas.
I mean, like an organic juice stand?
Oh, no. No, no.
A wheatgrass shot with some.
Oh, no.
Do some squats?
None of those shots, no.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. The 1-0.
Yes.
1-1 the count. Big swing.
That was a huge swing and a miss.
I get where you're going there. A little subliminal message about what Gracie's saying. Like Josh Weitzel back when he was slugging here. Big aggressive swing that Josh had.
Another big swing and a foul. You know, from the left side, that is a little bit like Josh Weitzel.
You bet it is. Well, he attacked the baseball. One and two the count. New Jersey meets Venezuela as that one misses away. That's right, New Jersey. Parlin, New Jersey, where Kevin Mulvey is from. You know, New Jersey. Al Leiter, Rick Cerrone, Eric Young, Sean Casey, all Jersey boys. That one is high, 3-2 the count. Al Downing, Eric Karros, New Jersey.
Really? Eric Karros.
Born in Jersey.
Thought he was a SoCal guy.
3-2. Popped up. Long run, Eric Burns. Mulvey was drafted out of high school. St. Louis, 34th round pick in 2003. Bishop George R. High School. Went on to college, as we mentioned. Villanova, was all Big East in 2006. No hit UConn the year before that.
Hey.
There goes the bat. Baseball is into the seats. Young man doesn't look like he has ever experienced a boring moment in his life. Always adds spark to everything he does. There's nothing wrong with that. The 3-2. Outside he walks. He didn't like that. He's walked a couple of times. Of course, Mulvey. Take a look at the tickers at the bottom of screens when you go back to last February 2008. Carlos Gomez, Philip Umber, another minor league pitcher, Mulvey as well. Sent for Johan Santana. So that's where Mulvey was a little bit more on everyone's radar screen at that point. From the Mets to the Minnesota Twins. Traded away from his favorite team.
That had to hurt a little bit.
And that'll hurt too. A rocket shot into the triangle and out of here. Juan Uribe after the walk. That's what hurts even more. Uribe is doubled. Now he is homered. And just like that, it's 3-0.
He's given up 3 runs. 2 of the runs that are scored have been on walks. And that is just a rope. A fastball down and in, and a bullet just over the triangle down in the left field corner. That's a happy dugout. They could gain that game back that they lost last night if scores stay the same. San Diego defeating Colorado in the 9th inning, 6-3. And now 3-zip here at Chase Field.
Trying to make it 4 games back. Bowker takes away. And Blaine Boyer goes to work. 2-0 the count to John Bowker. Changeup. It's only about 3 of those he's thrown. I think that's something that Mulvey would tell you needs to grow in his repertoire. That's not a bad one at all. That was a good pitch on 2-0.
Right back with it again. I take that back. That was the fastball at 87, wasn't it?
I think it was, but you know what? I think the changeup before that, such a key pitch prior to.
All 3 runs driven in by that man.
Ronnie like a king in there. That curve ball is strike 3.
That's the good breaking ball you've been talking about, Darren. That's where you want that thing, right at the shoe tops. You're going to get a lot of swings and misses there.
Ishikawa takes a curveball. Travis Giants number 21 pick out of high school in 2002. Basically remind us a little perspective what it means to be a 21st round pick out of high school and make it to the big leagues.
Yeah, you just don't see it happen very often. That means this kid really wanted to sign, because you're probably not getting bonus baby type money. You're just looking to sign professionally, get a uniform on, and go play somewhere. Well, kudos to Travis, because 7 years later, here he is in his mid-20s, starting at first base for the Gigantes. I like his swing, Darren. I like it a lot.
I know you caught up with him a couple of times.
I like the way he plays the game. I think he's just going to get better and better.
Bouncing ball, Lyle bobbles, recovers the flip, and in time for the out. A home run by Juan Uribe, but so far, the young right-hander has kept his team in the game. Got to get some runs. Sandoval comes on around. The ball kicked a bit by center fielder Chris Young in the 6th inning. Yikes. A 2-run homer. Southwest Airlines line score, 3-0 the score.
He's got the only 2 hits for the Giants, and he's made them count. A double and a long ball. Diamondbacks got to find a way to solve this hard-throwing left-hander, Jonathan Sanchez.
Miguel, hot shot, base hit, right field. And I'll tell you what, with that single, the Diamondbacks are well on their way to tacos. Anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos, better known as 25% of a Matt Williams dinner, with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the next day.
Matt going the baker's dozen on the tacos, huh?
Yeah, every time he sends us texts, like whether it's about thumbs or about trivia guesses, I know he always says, got the TV tray out, boys, and join the ball game. And I know he always swings by Taco Bell, gets himself a dozen.
I'm still waiting for Todd Walsh to give the U2 lyrics.
I hope they come soon.
You know, we'll see if we can catch up with Todd here sometime soon. I know he's in the press box somewhere. I kind of want to play along.
It's over.
What?
Just want to say thanks for playing along.
Well,
what happened?
I was playing along. I missed it.
Yeah, I know. You were a little distracted by the, I don't even know what the reference was. Darren threw that off-speed pitch with the Top Gun.
Well, yeah, it was.
What are you talking about?
Highway to the danger zone.
Boys, I made it clear. Whenever I call you friend, I believe I've come to understand.
That'll get you nothing.
And we're all thankful for that.
But if you heard, is it getting better? Do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone to blame. Love is a temple. Love is a higher law. You know that's coming from the song One from the album Achtung Baby. We had a flurry of responses to our Twitter page. I'd like to congratulate the pride of Northern Arizona University, a guy by the name of Tom Evans, who identified the song One. The first one to identify it.
Well, congratulations, Tom. I missed it.
Yeah, you did. Although I still think you turned on it, but I'm no Mariano Rivera. I want to thank everybody.
Well, congratulations to all our viewers.
Including Kenny.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Big night. Sweet love showing us a heavenly night. I've never seen such a beautiful sight.
One love, one blood, one life. You got to do what you should.
I'm with you, Todd.
528 followers, by the way. I'd like to thank everybody for that.
Mark Reynolds goes down on strikes. No, Todd, that was awesome.
Tom will be on the show Friday night, our final pregame show, guys, and he has a chance to win tickets to the sold-out U2 show in Glendale. He will take part in our trivia contest, The Game with No Name. Just talked to Tom. He's excited. Living in the Valley for over 20 years.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like that organics, grassroots kind of stuff.
You like that?
I do. I think that's wonderful.
That's in the spirit of war.
There's no mailer being sent out.
No.
No, you're not filling anything out. It's nothing marketing about it. It's real. People calling people forever and ever.
You ask me to enter, but then you make me crawl, and I can't be holding on. One love, one blood, one life. See you Friday night. Good night.
0-1, swinging through it, 0-2 the count.
Good stuff, Todd.
Gotta leave him wanting more, right?
You doggone right.
That's kind of my life story. 0-2 the count. Three to nothing the score. What a great idea that was. One and two.
Still a little disturbed by that picture of Mr. Loggins. I like Kenny Loggins. Didn't like the picture. Bobby Howery up, the veteran right-hander.
the triple. A run on the scoreboard, 3-1. Well, here we go again. This literally in the same spot as the ball ended up last night. Here comes AJ. He's going all the way out to talk to Angel Campos. We had a replay last night. Last night in a similar spot, it was ruled a homer. This didn't look like a homer.
That's because it wasn't. Once again, this time it will not be reversed.
Are we going to have a replay again?
Well, if they do go to replay, they're going to find out. But this one they got right. Last night they called it a homer. They do not have to go to replay. If somebody had a good view of it, they don't have to go to replay. It doesn't look like right now anybody's too convinced. It is a tricky little area out there. They're going to take a quick look, see Wally Bell. And those three will go in and look. And there has to be an umpire out on the field. All four of them can't leave. Because then there'd be nobody to police what's going on. What if you had a bitch clearing brawl or something?
There'd be anarchy.
Yeah, so it would be dogs and cats living together.
It never disappeared behind the yellow line, just like last night. Tell you what, you think about this part of the ballpark for 2 nights in a row. That exact same play last night was called a home run live by an umpire, then reviewed.
There's Rusty.
There he is at third. That's where he'll stay.
He'll stay at third. It won't take the umpires long to see that they got the call right. And at the end of the day, that's what we want, right?
Yes.
We just want the right call. Sure, Rusty Ryle and the Diamondback fans would love for him to. Nope, that was a homer, but that's not going to happen. You see clearly just about 3 feet short. It's that little window area looking top half of the fence. So the call is correct. Rusty will stay at third. By the way, Rusty is squashing the baseball this homestand.
Yeah, he certainly is. Letting it travel deep in the stands, driving it out to right field. You know, if only that Gila River Casino's hit and win sign was right there in that little square. That'd be 2 nights in a row we'd have a winner.
That'd be $750,000.
That'd be a very happy person last night, and then someone a little more frustrated. They're going to tell us this is a double. Here they come, or a triple, I should say. Stay right there. Nice job, guys. That didn't take long at all.
Nice job by Wally Bell, the crew chief. And now Bruce Butch is going to go to the mound and make a pitching change.
As he did last night, following an instant replay with the umpires. Something about the instant replay conjures up Butch out of the dugout.
Well, because it's usually a homer or close to it.
Sanchez is done. He pitched very effectively tonight. The explanation? The veteran comes out of the bullpen. Bobby Howry more after this. using instant replay on balls that headed well into the corner. Out there just to the right of the 413 side. You have the fenced area. The left side, the fly ball coming in, is last night, and on the right is tonight. You can see them both heading in, both staying in front of the yellow line, front of the yellow line. One square over is the only difference. Last night's on the left called a home run as live play went on. Tonight's, well, it was ruled in play, not a home run. Yet they both turned out to be, with instant replay, properly umpired, so a nice job. Neither one of them left the ballpark. Rusty Ryle did crush that ball, and now we've got ourselves an interesting situation. Bobby Howry, veteran right-hander, he and Jeremy Affeldt brought in to shore up this bullpen, and they did just that. Over the top of a changeup. '60th time Howry has gone to work. Went to McNeese State years back where he played his college ball, pours it in there at 92. Began his career and at one time was a pretty good closer for the Chicago White Sox in 98, 99. Of course, pitched for Boston, Cleveland, the Cubs for a couple of years, and now here with the Giants. Slider spikes that one in the dirt with a runner at third. Nice job by Whiteside. 36 years old, Howry. One and one the count as Parra continues as he hits for Eric Burns.
Just any kind of contact is what you need. You got plenty of outs left.
Colorado Rockies are done, by the way. Sorry, Gracie. 6-3, San Diego won, you were saying.
Yeah, you still got 10 outs left. So you need to get this run across this inning. Then you got the rest of the game to get one more. But you got to have some contact here if you're Gerardo Parra. Good fastball in on his hands. He was able to fight it off.
So the Giants hoping to hold on to win and trim it to a 4-game deficit. Still just about in need of a miracle. The 2-2. Just off the plate.
Oh, that was a close pitch, wasn't it?
Three and two the count. These are the situations where Parra, though rookie, has been very successful finding ways to plate runners. The 3-2. That's one of the reasons why, with no one on base this season, Parra hits .234. With runners on base, he hits .366. And having a great month of September. Hitting over .340 this month. .3-2. High pop.
This should do it.
Valkyrie squares it up. Rusty races home 3-2. He did get it done again. What uncanny ability for a first-year ball player to plate runs when they need to be driven in.
Well, that's what it's all about. Took that guy in from third with less than 2 outs, and all it takes is just a medium fly ball. Valkyrie showing a true left fielder's arm right there. Not much to it. Ryle scores easily, and just like that, the Diamondbacks played a couple here, and they're right back in the ball game.
59 RBIs. 0-1 the count. 59 runs batted in. And he arrived in the major leagues on May 13th. Bad for a rookie. Not bad at all.
Fan. I like the way he goes about his business. I mean, the kid's hitting .293. Got the RBIs you just talked about. I don't think he's ever going to be a big home run guy, Darren. He doesn't need to be.
And I think he knows that. He is not caught up trying to be something he's not.
Well, right now you've got two guys on your team in Reynolds and Upton. They're going to supply a lot of the pop. They're going to have to. Chris Young can do it too. He just really hasn't this year. But he's a guy that's hit 30 home runs before. You hope he can rebound next year and be a little more like Chris Young, have his expectations. Good pitch. That'll do it.
Augie goes down on strikes, but a 2-spot makes it a ball game. Weber anchoring the tape room. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Baseball's best tape room.
Oh dear.
And Matt off to a network show, so we want to thank him for all he has done this year.
Great stuff this year, Matthew.
As Parra goes to work in left field, Blaine Boyer goes to work on the mound. The 0-1 popped up and into the seats. 0-2 the count. Also want to take a brief moment to really truly tip our cap to our game producer, Andy Bach, who's had an incredible year. Always brings a full basket ready to go to work. The research is plentiful, makes our job so easy. Communication throughout. He's had a great year, and this is his final night as well.
Is this our last one with Andy?
Thank you, Andy.
Great job, Andy. We're going to miss you the rest of the year.
Especially because we have to deal with Jason Lewis. And when Jason gets here, when he arrives, then we'll really miss Andy. Two of them share the load.
Truly thank you, Andy.
What a great year, Andy.
Putting up with us.
Yeah, well.
Mercy.
Whiteside goes down. Boyer, since signing with the Arizona Diamondbacks, Kind of on a wing and a prayer. They just gave the arm a chance. Has worked in 26 games. His ERA is 2.97.
He's been very good since putting on the Diamondback uniform. Kind of stole him away from the St. Louis Cardinals a few months ago.
Trying to send him down. Had to put him on waivers. Here's Fred Lewis. Changeup, a high changeup, but a strike. 0-1 to count to Fred.
Wow. Good pitch there. Didn't get the call.
One and one. Such a great city, and of course Fred Lewis enjoys the best part of it. Looks like he must live on Lombard Street.
Lombard Street there.
Well, that's great for him. What a beautiful.
That's high rent there, boy, on Lombard Street.
Good for Fred.
Wore his uniform home. We get another shot of Fred there at his residence there on Lombard. I never wore my uniform home. See his minivan parked right there, and got some neighbor folks over for a visit. Probably love signing autographs there. Come on home in the uni. Good way to maybe meet some females. Hey, are you Fred Lewis? Why, yes, I am. How did you know? Oh, it's on your back there. And are you number 14? Well, sure. Oh, what a beautiful place Fred has. Neighbors coming over probably for barbecue. Bring the kids.
Two and two the count. Right out there off his back balcony.
Probably a glass of lemonade. Beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean.
2-2. That pitch is low. 3-2 the count.
I like this kid as a player too.
I do too.
I really do.
He's kind of been stuck in between again this year.
Yes,
though.
He's kind of spinning his wheels. Well, I see he's from Lombard Street. That's good. Well, but I do like him as a player. He's kind of spinning his wheels in the sand in the San Francisco organization. But as long as you've got a place on Lombard Street, you got to be happy.
Second baseman,
So you got to sacrifice some playing time to live the high life.
So he reaches on the walk. We apologize, Mr. Lewis. We apologize that you don't have your own place. Seems that Mr. Lewis shares his place. I didn't realize this.
With who?
One and 0 the count.
You got a roommate?
Change up, 1-1 the count with Eugenio Velez.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I'll tell you what.
That cuts down the rent a little bit, though.
Well, these youngsters, sure, they're not making the money the veteran guys are, but I'll tell you what, those Giants take care of their players. I see he's from Lombard Street, too. Well, maybe we should go drop in on him when we're up there next week. That's right down the street from the hotel. Hey, guys. Good fastball there from Boyer. That'll play on Lombard Street. I see they must share that same minivan. Parked right outside the residence there. Same neighbors.
1-2 the count. Pops that one up. Heading back under to make the play is Gerardo Parr. Let's bring in Todd Walsh, geographic expert as well. Todd, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, this reminds me of a song. One love, one blood, one life. With each other. Sisters, brothers. Apparently on Lombard Street.
Very well said.
Or Alcatraz.
Well, now that obviously is superimposed. That's
yeah, you're right.
No,
that's
true.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't live there, does he?
No, that's just the computer cut and paste and the whole thing.
Okay, I got you.
He's
maybe up in the smokestack.
He could be a tour guide though in the wintertime.
You know what? I didn't think. Well, he's from Alcatraz. There it says right there on the graphic. Oh boy, Andres. He's probably just misunderstood.
That one is fouled into the catcher's mitt. 0-2 the count. Nah, we're just kidding with that one. That's Photoshop. The others weren't though. Those right out the balcony.
Yeah, and they're.
It's a beautiful historical landmark though.
And photo ops in their uniforms.
Fastball is in. We'll be there next week, folks. We'll be talking to you on television in San Francisco, beautiful AT&T Park, Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be with you over the weekend, Friday and Sunday, here on Fox Sports Arizona. Hot shot, base hit, right field. All the way into third goes Fred Lewis. So Torres, his first hit. And we told you it's been a very good September for him.
He blistered that ball into right field. He got a fastball from Boyer. Smoked it. Like he was making a license plate.
Randy Wynn, he's been at it for a long time. When you've been at it for a long time, you have prime real estate where you make your home as he digs in. Trying to lengthen out the lead. 3-2. As that one is fouled off the plate. A changeup. 0-1 the count. A little bit of salt in that beard now as he gets a little older.
Oh, I know how he feels. I've added a pinch or two this year.
Didn't mean to. Angry with himself. No balls and 2 strikes to count.
That's kind of tough, though, when you get a really good changeup followed by a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got Randy Wynn in between right now. He's got him ahead of the off speed and late on the fastball. See what he stays with.
Don't forget, stay tuned after the ball game, our post-game show, West Diamondbacks Live, produced by Gregson Frampton, Frampton Production. 1-2 the count.
Do you feel like we do?
Oh man, boy.
This time it's Marty Foster's turn to get hammered. Let's see where this one gets him. He got that one right on the left bicep. Golly, that hurts.
Oh boy.
We saw Wally Bell get drilled last night in the collarbone. This time Marty Foster. Dave Edwards going to come out. Take a look at Marty with a smile on his face. Kerwin Danley, number 44 there in your screen, the umpire. He just got back a couple of weeks ago. He missed a couple of months, Darren. He got He took a bat right in the skull. A broken bat right in the skull.
Goodness gracious.
As a matter of fact, our friends from batglove.com used that in their video. We showed it in our video. He got hit by an ash bat that was broken. Did Kerwin Danley.
Really?
Yes. So this is a group that knows how it feels to be in pain. And Kerwin just got back a couple of weeks ago. He was my teammate at San Diego State. Wally got hit last night in the collarbone, and tonight Marty Foster, he's okay. They're all friends of the show.
Yeah, you can say that again. It's been our treat to get to know the umpires better this year than I ever have. I mean, you did as a ball player. That one is fouled off, but our viewing public and those of us in the truck and in the booth, it's been a great year to be able to get to know them better, to understand that on the baseball field they may have the most difficult job.
You can see Marty still hurting, trying to stretch that arm out, trying to get some blood flow.
Topper. Bobbled. Oh, boy, that'll cost the Diamondbacks a run.
Well, when you're young, panic can set in, and that's what happened there. Wow, had all kinds of time. He could have just stayed back and let the ball get to him. Instead, he bum rushes it and kicks it. And once again, the Diamondback defense comes back to bite him. Another unearned run and another error for these D-backs, and that's just a facet of the game, Darren, that they're just going to have to find a way to shore up next year. A.J. Hinch and his staff and the decision makers, they're just going to have to find a way to make this a better defensive ball club. Only one team has made more errors than the Arizona Diamondbacks in all of baseball, and that's the Washington Nationals.
He's well aware of it, no doubt about that. Executive Vice President and General Manager Josh Burns.
Look at the big discrepancy.
Four to two the score. Couple of runners on. Hot shot, base hit, left field, a thing of beauty. They send the ball down. Paul's got a great arm, but the throw is up the line. They've got Sandoval in a rundown. They've also got Wynn at third. Montero has to be aware of that. The throw, the tag, that's it. They got him. But another big run.
One error, costing 2 runs.
shovel. Hey, we got the Digging In Awards tonight. Top DVAX performers are going to receive a shovel.
You're going to give them a shovel.
We're giving them a shovel.
That kind of goes with it. Are these the awards right here?
That's the names right there. You got to stay tuned. After the ball game, you'll get to know who they are.
Well, let's get these notarized, and if that's not a reason to stick around on Quest Diamondbacks Live, how about a come-from-behind win? Guys?
Very, very good stuff. A moment ago, Kung Fu Panda challenging Baxter, and Baxter settling the score. He is a mischievous mascot.
I'm telling you.
He's the best. Alex Romero pinch hits. Romo going to work, the right-hander, as that one is high. Sergio Romo for the 42nd time. The 1-0. The thing about it is, if you're Pablo Sandoval, and you're only in your second season in the big leagues, not your second full season, and already there are skits being performed like that on the scoreboard,
you're pretty good.
That's exactly right. The 2-1. That's where it comes from, certainly. The larger girth than usual. The aggression, the attack on the baseball. He's fun to watch.
He can hit.
2-2. Big fellow like that, by the way, playing third base. And a great nickname.
I love it.
His older brother Michael played professional ball. Didn't make it above Double-A. Michael Sandoval. As that one is fouled off. Pablo's dad was a third baseman too. And when you know it, he's the baby of the family. I don't know why that surprises me. Not a bit.
Yeah, he looks like the run of the litter.
The 2-2. Got him with a changeup. A dandy.
This week, Fox NFL Sunday returns as Matt Ryan and the Falcons head to New England to take on Tom Brady and the Patriots. Coverage begins Sunday with America's #1 pregame show at 9 a.m. only on Fox.
Hold on, can we hold that there? What about that game right there?
That's a terrible game.
Huh?
Redskins, and that's just terrible, as Frank Caliendo would say. Lions and Redskins. Well, there's still no roar being restored. They're 0-2.
Our good friend Tom Brenneman's going to be there. Brian Billick. Tom's going to be there to call the win.
I'm going to go out on a limb right now, and I'm going to say the Lions are going to win that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That one is high and inside. Come on, Tommy. Bring him home. Help him restore the roar. 2-0.
Well, they're doing it in Detroit for the Tigers. Yes. Tigers playing well. Won again tonight. Still have their 3-game lead over the Minnesota Twins as that one's hammered foul.
Is that ball dropped? That was a perfect chance for a contract.
I agree.
Didn't even end up with the ball. 2-1 to count.
Goodness, got buckled by a breaking ball.
2-2, drops a slider over the outside. Chris walked, fly to center field, fly to right field. just got a piece of that one. Young 3 for 10 in this series. He's walked 3 times as well. And in his last 3 weeks worth of games, his on base percentage 400.
That one slipped out of Romo's hand, nearly hit Chris Young. 3-2. There are no poisonous snakes in Maine.
5 runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Giants. Make that 4 hits. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Diamondbacks. I got to get a hold of Tommy. See if I can get some inside stuff on that game. Excited. That one is driven left field. Off the end of the bat, and the play is made. And here's Ryan Roberts. Sign there calling Roberts Mr. America.
Really?
Those folks who made that sign actually explained to me before the game what that means.
What is it?
Yeah, he was being called
Like a
upon
bodybuilding
by
thing?
some fans in the stands, and he gave a wave, but he gave kind of a Miss America wave. So they called him Mr. America. My goodness.
Marty Foster. You don't deserve this.
No, you certainly don't.
I mean, this one gets him right in the kisser. You don't deserve that, son, but he's okay. So you want to be an umpire, huh, Darren?
Absolutely not.
You never have a home game. Take a listen, folks.
Two and two the count. Justin waits on deck. Justin excited to not see Jonathan Sanchez.
He didn't have much fun tonight against him, did he?
No, he certainly didn't.
Struck him out 3 times.
Fouls that one back to the screen. 3 and 2 the count with 2 outs. Bouncing ball past the diving Sandoval and into left field. That's a base hit for Ryan Roberts.
That's a couple of base hits tonight for Roberts. He's 2 for 4 on the evening. He just gets a fastball to his left and swats it right by a diving Pablo Sandoval. So Justin will get somebody besides Jonathan Sanchez. That's good news for Justin.
Still over 300, 82 runs batted in. Slider a dandy over the outside. $16 hits against the Giants this year, 8 walks as well. Came in hitting .333 with 3 home runs against Giants pitching. Tonight they've had his number. That pitch is low. Miguel waits on deck. The 1-1. Big swing at a slider away. 1-2 the count. Matt Cain standing close to his running mate there.
His superior. Sean Dunston.
The 1-2. Got it. For the 4th time, Upton has struck out tonight. Sergio Romo really excited. See what a real airline is like? Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It is on. Well, it's time now to take a look at our Mercedes-Benz E-Class attention assist of the game. What a great play by Mark Reynolds. Somehow someone will manage to tie strikeouts to that play, but it was a fabulous play because that's what always occurs. Daniel Schlereth. Last couple of outings, very solid. As a matter of fact, he had a 2-inning hitless outing, followed up by a perfect single-inning outing. So 3 innings of work, no hits, 3 strikeouts. And the good news, the efficiency, the strike throwing, 34 total pitches in those 3 innings.
And that's the key for Daniel. You got to throw strikes. You see the 11 walks in 15 innings. That's far too many. And he's throwing strikes. He's getting people out.
Here is Juan Uribe. Fastball is high, 1-0 the count. Folks getting rowdy down below a little bit. I like it. Back and forth, Giants fans cheering for their team, a few of them. D-backs fans saying enough. One and one the count. Pitches high, 2-1. Outside, overthrowing that fastball just a bit. 3-1 the count. Great quarterback in high school. Colorado's Offensive Player of the Year in 2003. And could run as a quarterback as well. As the quarterback, broke his school's rushing record in high school, Daniel Schlereth. That one is high, and a rush to first base by Juan Uribe. Our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game, Gracie. Things get a little chippy here in this series. We heard it down below a moment ago, and this is why. Steve Baxter really stirring things up. Chaz Roberts heating and air conditioning. Giants fans, I think, well, upset.
Well, we've been on the receiving end of some of Baxter's antics. Matter of fact, today when I saw him clocking in, said hello, and always the friendly handshake, and I got about 150 volts.
Did you really?
He had a hand buzzer and he got me.
Wow, Baxter.
He got me, and before I could even get myself back up off the ground, he had gotten in his little car and raced off.
He's a
mischievous one.
He is a mischievous one. He's our friend. He's a friend of the show. We love Baxter. 0-1 the count. Into the hands, flying ball, center field. Young is there. As he retreats, he's able to make the play for the out. So Kevin Franzen, the pinch hitter, is erased. Schlereth was drafted out of high school in the 7th round by the A's. Or I should say out of college. It was his sophomore year. He was a draft eligible sophomore by the A's, and he didn't sign.
I'll tell you, he's turning into a woolly one, isn't he?
You know he is. You were commenting earlier on that. Dad, a former football player, a fine analyst covering football. Mark Schlereth had a nice career, and his dad clean cut, real short
very
hair.
clean cut.
I think he was in the military if you saw him.
Yeah, Daniel not a chip off the old block when it comes to that.
The 0-1. Fastball is in. 1-1 the count. You likened him, I think, recently to Simba, the lion.
Well, he kind of looks all that facial hair and a lot of head hair. It kind of looks like a lion. I'm not talking about Brandon.
The 1-1. 1-2 the count.
Now there's that mischievous one, Baxter. What do you think?
Well, I like it. That's kind of a Colorado mountain look anyway right there.
That's true.
The 1-2. Breaking ball. Thanks for coming. Wow. And you wonder why they get a little bit encouraged and excited at times for this young man. Pitches like this.
Well, Ishikawa thinks it stays up, but that is right in the middle of the zone. That's strike 3. A nice pitch.
Here's Eli Whiteside.
Oh, good to see Will Clark here.
Bouncing ball, Reynolds on a backhand. Says Fire's going to need some help. He got it using the dirt on a cross. To the bottom of the 8th we go. D-backs got to get it going. They're down by 3. Another scoreless frame for Daniel. Jack in the box. Think outside the box. So you want to be an umpire. Is that what you want to do? That's last night. Going down in a pile there, having to shake it off. And then today, Marty Foster. A couple of times. You have to think outside the box if you'd like to be an umpire.
The chosen profession of Wally Bell. And the other three fine umpires here. Marty Foster's taking a licking tonight.
Got that wrap on. He's got to protect it now. Good for him. What a year Jeremy Affeldt is having. Signed this winter as a free agent. 0-1.
I guess Miguel Montero trying to be like Rafael Furcal right there. Similar players.
Put yourself in a hole though. 0-1. Now it's 0-2. That'll do it.
Goodness.
Montero goes down on strikes. Here is Mark Reynolds. As we look at our Nova home loans in-game box score. Roberts a couple of singles. Rusty Ryle. There's Rusty. An RBI triple and a run scored. That one is fouled off at the plate. The 0-1. Breaking ball 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Affeldt, laying off as that one bounces in there. A reliever early in his career. Busy working for the Kansas City Royals. The 0-2. In on the hands, rolled out to Pablo, send the ball. And he shoots it on across in time for the out. Well, we were talking about this earlier on a real light note. Our voters, Matt Cain, Sean Dunston, who will win in a race.
There you go, folks.
Well, because Sean challenged Matt yesterday. They will race in Scottsdale in spring training. And we'll get to San Francisco. We'll hear from both of them together.
Can't wait. I think they should just do it while we're there.
No, that's not a good idea.
Why?
Because Sean needs to keep his job. And if Matt Cain suddenly grabs his hamstring while he's racing Sean Dunston, Sean no longer has a job. Not there anyway. Rusty Rod lines it to right field. He is erased. Affeldt, 1, 2, 3.
Get him, Sean.
Tigers giving their fans very, very good news. The Minnesota Twins keeping it close. Not over yet. Gracie was telling me the other day there's still a 4-game series left between those two in Detroit. I think we ought to head on back there, stay in your condo right there on Woodward.
I've got one there now, yes. I'm
and
right
check
next
out
to
that series.
Right next to Dave Bing's palace there, gubernatorial palace.
Not far from the
Mayoral
Fox Theater
Palace.
either, are you?
Not at all, right there.
Brian Augenstein goes to work. Always fun to have one of the great voices of the game stop by and ask about a pronunciation and then poke some fun at you. When John Miller stops in, he's always got something fun to say. Boy, is he a fabulous announcer, isn't he?
And one of the best storytellers you'll ever be around. Edgar Renteria.
That's great big league. That just hit him.
He just threw a slider that hit Scherholtz in the kneecap, and he took a full swing at it.
And Scherholtz not budging, letting anyone know he just got drilled. He literally is not acknowledging the fact.
Don't let anybody know. Tell everybody you fouled it off. Well, you didn't. And then he broke his bat as he whistles it into the seats down the right field line.
That's a tough play to make on that one there. Augenstein, the young man out of the University of Florida. He will be pitching in the Arizona Fall League. Arrived with an awful lot of poise when he first got to the big leagues. Cuffed around a bit to follow. 6'6" tall. Look at the run on that fastball.
One of the more forgettable at-bats for Nate Scherholtz. Nice running fastball right by him.
Eugenio Velez goes to work.
That's Brian Wilson, the closer for the San Francisco Giants. We saw him come in and just dominate a couple of nights ago. Change up upstairs, but way out in front was Eugenio Velez.
Augenstein started the year in Double-A Mobile. In that time, he went 5-0 in 5 starts. Slider out front there. 5-0 in 5 starts and had an ERA of 0.99. His major league debut on May the 13th. 6 1/3 innings and a start. Ended up allowing 5 runs, but it started much more solid. Bouncing ball. Roberts with a nice play on a backhand.
The thing I like about Augenstein is he throws a lot of strikes, Darren, with all his pitches. That is more than half the battle at the major league level. If you can throw a couple or 3 pitches over the plate about any time, you're ahead of the game.
Not afraid to come into the kneecaps on occasion either.
That's where you want to pitch inside to these fast guys. You want to go. You don't want to go up and in. You want to go down and in. Make them think that those very valuable wheels might take a licking. Boy, that's a beautiful breaking ball there on the button.
Diamondbacks number 7 pick a couple of years ago out of Florida. Bouncing ball. Roberts and Ryle in between there. 1, 2, 3 for Brian Augenstein. To the bottom of the 9th we go. The Diamondbacks looking for 3 to tie this thing up. Miller Lite, what's brewing? The Diamondbacks with 9 more ball games after tonight. The San Diego Padres this weekend will be with you on television on Friday and on Sunday. We will also be with you on Tuesday and Wednesday, the first 2 games of the Giants series, and also at Wrigley on Fox Sports Arizona Friday and Sunday as well. Southwest Airlines brings you the line score in this ball game. 5-2 the score. As we work on across, Brian Wilson, the fireballing closer, tries to put this game to bed. 5-2. Knowing that it was a loss, still a miracle needed, but a loss for Colorado, trying to make it 4 back in the wild card. But if you're not mathematically out of it, you're not mathematically out of it.
They were 5 back going into tonight. They said, well, it's going to take a miracle. Well, 1/5 of it just happened tonight. And that is Colorado losing at home to the Padres and handing it over to Brian Wilson, one of the better closers in the game, to hold a 3-run lead. You got to like the Giants' chances on moving 4 back.
0-2 the count.
But winning 2 out of 3 in a series isn't going to do it for them.
No.
They need sweeps. Man, this guy throws hard.
The Braves also did their part. They are also 4 games back after beating the New York Mets in the wild card race. Don't forget, visit the official online shop of the D-backs, dbacks.com/shop. Browse from the largest selection of team gear, including hats, t-shirts, jerseys, and collectibles. We always like to say, get your team gear straight from the source. dbacks.com/shop. Pretty good turnaround and pretty good investment for San Francisco. You see this young man, a 24th round draft pick, Wilson, out of LSU.
I know how he feels. Goodness. He just blew Parra's doors off.
Shortstop, Augie Ojeda.
Just a high fastball right by him.
Here's Augie Ojeda. Fastball right there. Tommy John surgery early in his career. There's Baxter looking for Gracie. Always looking to end his night in a rough manner.
Probably at the end of the night, probably there in the walkway. Probably have to step around some fake vomit or something as you leave the ballpark.
Augie keeping things going with a base hit.
A couple of hits for Augie tonight. Little slider there. Think you're doing anybody a favor when you throw that hard. You throw him a slider. And Augie bangs it right back up the middle, and that makes everybody say Augie, Augie, Augie.
Oi, oi, oi. Braves, by the way, we were talking about that 4 back in the wild card, have 7 games remaining of their 10 with Washington.
Tell you what, the Braves took a long time, but they're starting to figure it out. They have got some pitching.
Oh, they really do.
I mean, they pitch. Starting pitching. You're running guys out there every night.
Again.
Oh my goodness.
Again.
You gotta be kidding me.
Marty Foster banged
arm.
again, and trotting in is Wally Bell.
Oh. Poor Marty. That same left bicep, it looked like. There is nothing funny about it.
Oh, same exact spot.
You got to be kidding me. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
He had put that protective sleeve on that we showed you earlier. That baseball has that look coming at him right now. See his hand shaking there. You can see Wally Bell saying, "Get out of here, man. We'll find a way to finish this up. We'll get some ice on it.
Some gear on.
Get that thing treated right now." Yeah, you can see his arm trembling at the end.
Looks like he's going to be okay. He's just, golly. Now, you've heard me say a lot of times, Darren, over the 3 years we've worked together, I'm not in the business of feeling sorry for ball players. Well, I'm usually not in the business of feeling sorry for umpires either, but boy, I don't know what Marty Foster did to deserve this. He's going to be tough. How about toughing this one out? 2 of them. Here's the first one. And then just for good measure, another one. Golly. Is there an award we can give Marty Foster tonight?
We're going to find one.
Hand shaking. He's going to grind it out with 1 out here in the 9th. Boy, that one just missed him too. And if you take a look, Marty Foster is much more behind the catcher with his left arm now. He's protecting that left arm.
No balls and 2 strikes to count.
If you want to know what it feels like, just go ahead and stand there and hold your arm out and let somebody hit you with a golf club. Just somebody take a full swing and hit you right in the arm with a golf club.
I think people probably will just take your word for
it.
With that.
Oh, that doesn't hurt. It's just a baseball. Yeah, it hurts.
That pitch is in. Marty Foster in his 11th year as a Major League umpire. Worked the All-Star game in 02. Pair of division series as well. Foster, a Denver native. The 2-2. Fouls that one off.
And he's got sparks coming out of every part of his body right now.
Strike 3 over the outside corner.
He's telling Chad Tracy, my arm hurts.
And now Chris Young. Young walk, fly to center, fly to right, fly to left. That one is high. Augie Ojeda, he'll move up with a stolen base.
That's good.
Stolen base there.
How many stolen bases for Augie now?
Well, that'll give him 4. What? I'm told that's defensive indifference.
Oh, is that our friend Joe Garagiola telling you that?
He was not a fan.
He hated and still hates defensive indifference. Meeting on the mound.
Meantime, Marty Foster saying, "Are you kidding me?
My arm hurts.
I need to get some ice. I need to get this looked at a little more extensively."
Excuse me, Eli?
You're meeting on the mound?
My arm hurts. He'll call the next pitch a strike and say, "Strike." My arm hurts.
2-0 the count.
Ball. My arm hurts. And in danger now is Brian Wilson of bringing the tying run to the plate. One more Weidman will do it. There's a strike.
3-1 the count. The 3-1. 3-2. Full count, 2 outs, runner at second. That'll do it. The Giants win the series. They gain a game in the wild card. They are 4 back. The Braves are 4 back of the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies hold the upper hand. The Giants, as you mentioned, Gracie, though, they need to sweep